Hey everyone, it's Christine. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your collective and individual zodiac sign Mercury retrograde reading for this week. Mercury just went into retrograde in the sign of Gemini on Tuesday, May the 10th. And on the 22nd of May, it'll go into the sign of Taurus. So we are going to get started. I'm going to pull a few tarot cards and look at some particular things for this period to see what issues are going to be affecting us for both the retrograde in Taurus and in Gemini. You all, I'm having trouble shuffling the cards. I'm having trouble talking, so bear with me. I appreciate your patience. This is literally like take 7. I wish I could capture all of these Mercury retrograde bloopers because it's making me laugh, just everything that's happening. Okay, we're gonna first look at what Mercury retrograde issues are happening. So let's see what issues are going to be happening for us at the collective. Okay. What lessons do we need to learn from this Mercury retrograde? Wow, there's more cards than what issues we're going to be dealing with. How can we best navigate this Mercury retrograde? Oh, excuse me, one came out here and flipped. Okay, and finally, I'm trying to shuffle these. How can we best navigate this period? Okay, so we're going to pull some oracle after, but I really wanted to get the message here. So what issues are happening right now or will be happening for Mercury retrograde in Gemini and Taurus? So I'm trying to tap into the energies here. And we got the Knight of Wands. So this is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So immediately I feel like there's going to be an ignition, an igniting of emotions, of passions. Mars, Venus, they're in Aries, and we have Jupiter that has also shifted into Aries. So we have a lot of forward moving energies that want to push forward and move ahead, especially with expansive Jupiter. And those of you that have major placements, fire in your charts, particularly your Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Especially Jupiter, but you're going to feel this especially. You maybe want to move forward on things, take action, and it's not a time at this moment because of the retrograde periods. And I'm getting that there's a lot of emotions. I'm getting emotions here, even though these are wands. There's going to be issues revolving around your projects, creative endeavors. I'm getting relationships too intuitively. But also your temperament, how you talk to people, how you relate to people, how your interpersonal communications. I'm just getting a lot of think before you talk or act kind of energy. Be careful of being impulsive, especially now, and especially during Mercury retrograde, because you can't take words back once you say them. It's very difficult. And words are extremely powerful. So I feel, again, because look, these aren't even swords, these are wand energies, which usually indicate more passionate type of creative endeavors and moving forward and taking action. But I'm getting total communication here, perhaps because of Gemini. It's not time to charge forward. I'm going to pull a few cards to clarify this as well and for additional information. And we're going to pull from the Tarot for Kids. I will tell you, this was not a deck that I had anticipated getting. Absolutely beautiful deck. I love the pictures. I just felt very intuitively guided when I saw this. It came up on my feed, and I felt very guided to get it. So let's clarify the Knight of Wands. What other issues are happening for us during this retrograde period? We have the Empress in reverse, but I want to show it to you upright. Look how beautiful it is. The colors, the imagery, look at it. So we know the Empress is very intuitive, tapped into her boss power. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I'm having trouble speaking. And again, this is regardless of gender or sex. It's just the energies here. But in reverse, I'm getting many of you with this retrograde, you are going to be tapping more into your head, going for the logic, what's happening around you, than really tapping in and listening to your intuition, to those nudges, to your gut feelings. Perhaps Pisces, because the Pisces energies has left and it's focusing more on the individual, the person, with a lot of Aries energy around us. But also with Gemini, it's about communication and talking not just with others, but with ourselves. So I feel like many of you are going to be turning away from or having difficulty really tapping into your intuition because of the mental landscape blending around with all of this energy, particularly for Virgos and Geminis, I'll say, since Mercury is your ruling planet. But for everyone, this is going to be a big one, making sure that you're grounded enough, that you are present, mindful, and really listening to yourself. Because with all the chaos around us, and with the eclipse energies we have coming up with the lunar eclipse this coming Sunday, which I didn't even mention in the weekly energy reading, there's a lot in our mental landscapes right now. A lot is happening. I'm gonna pull, I feel so guided to pull a little bit more to find out some more what other issues are happening for us in this Mercury retrograde. A lot of it has to do with temperament and communication, being very mindful of how we speak to others and of saying things we don't want to, but out of a place of reactivity. So be very cautious. We got 9 of Wands. So wands are more fire energy. Yeah, you see the bandage on this person's arm. Just be very careful. I feel like this is going to be a very ignited time for many people, especially since we have Mars in Aries. Mars is it rules Aries and it's at home there. And so many of us could be a little bit more aggressive and impulsive than usual, especially when things aren't going our way with the retrograde periods. And again, a lot of different snafus could happen, delays, inconveniences, miscommunications, misunderstandings, just the whole gamut of miss and then fill in the blank, things that are just not going your way. So I'm getting temper and how we speak are going to be really important. This may be a good time to pause, take a breather, and take a step back. Do not respond right away, especially if your emotions are on fire. Okay, let's move on. What lessons are we learning from these issues? Do we even need cards for these? We got King of Swords, air energy, 7 of Wands, a lot of wand energy, 4 of Discs. We got the Hanged One and Ace of Discs. Tons of disc energy here, and swords and wands. So again, we're getting fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We got sword energy, that's air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and discs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So things we're learning, I feel like it's not just how to defend ourselves, but how to create boundaries and respect them for ourselves without overgiving to others, without letting ourselves become reactive. Because when we get to that point, when things drain, and we get to that point of reactivity, it's because we haven't set some type of boundaries. So for many of you, this is really going to highlight your boundaries, because many of you have the key to that. You give away your power, and this is time to call back your power, to not allow it to leak, to not give it away to others, but more importantly, to recognize for yourself that you have a lot more control than you realize. You don't need to have that literal fight with others, whether it's in communication, whether it's within your own mental landscape, or with you feeling resentful for how people are treating you. This is going to be a time to ramp it up. You tap into that Mars energy. We also have the King of Swords here. And I feel like many of you are learning how to communicate in a healthier way. Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of change and reflection coming up during this retrograde period. And many of you, I feel, are finally honoring what you really value. Some of you have a tendency, I feel like, I'm getting flip-flop energy here, almost like people pleasing. Could be codependency. You got to be careful with that. Otherwise, it can lead to this resentment that I'm immediately getting. You're here to learn boundaries. This all taps into self-love and self-worth. It's okay to see things from different perspectives. I get a lot of Libra energy. Some of you may have other air elements, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but even Taurus, because Taurus is also ruled by Venus. But I'm immediately sensing some of you are used to placating others. You like to avoid conflict, and who doesn't? But there's a difference between avoiding conflict and not speaking your truth and speaking assertively. You don't have to be a bitch to get your point across. You can be respectful. And again, you don't have to be, you don't want, how do I phrase this? The goal here isn't for others to like you. It's for people to respect you. That's the energy. And then we get Ace of Discs. This is going to be, I'm immediately getting, not just difficult for a lot of you. This could be the first foray where you're standing up for yourself, where you're literally like done. But this is the first element of your own personal foundation. You are learning how to set your own personal worth, your foundation. This is all about you. Holy crap. This is strong. This is amazing. Oh, I just saw 11. Okay. How can we best learn these lessons? So I got the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. A lot of wand energy, again, fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. I feel here there's like a reprieve. Don't take action on anything at this moment, especially with your words. Be very cautious. It doesn't mean you have to hermit or go completely solitary and lock yourself up in a little cave in the middle of a forest. No. But I'm getting it's time to hold back a little. Don't waste your energy. Remember, anything that you say, do, act upon, it's an energy exchange. You release that energy, and it could impact you if you're not careful in the way that you respond. I'm also getting one of the best ways to learn is to not only tap into our inner child, but to work with others. This could take the form of practicing how it is that we want to communicate, how it is that we want our boundaries to be respected, but also to getting reciprocation, but also learn to receive. I'm getting for many of you, for this energies, there's like a balancing. I keep seeing like a seesaw. There's a balance here that's needed. Some of you may be overgivers and some of you may be overtakers. You'll know which ones, and it's okay. It's not good or bad either way, right? You overgive, I mean, you drain your energy. You overtake, your energy is given to, or you take away energy. So there's like complementary elements here, but there's things to learn from both. I'm feeling like tapping into what brings you joy right now is going to help. Really, this is a time for not just little moments of joy, finding things that make you happy, but really reconnecting to getting to know yourself again. Again, this is what truly matters to you, because cups are water energy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. What really emotionally fulfills you. And you see these flowers that are sprouting. When you give to yourself, literally, I right now, I am immediately getting the message, that little hand with the big hand, that's your little inner child to your big adult self. When you give to yourself, this is another way to not just reassert your boundaries and to pour into yourself, but it also sends a message to others of the value that you have for yourself. Now, how can we best all navigate through this retrograde period? I got 8 of Wands. There is a shit ton of fire energy. I'm just blaming Aries here. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And then we have Wu Wei in this deck. And Wu Wei is really all about, it's like going with the flow, releasing and not taking action all the time. It's almost like effortless type of action. And there's a whole philosophy around this. I mentioned something like this about surrendering and letting go, like amazing ways that you can utilize the energies of Mercury retrograde. I just posted a video about why Mercury retrograde is actually a really great time, because it's allowing you to practice how to surrender, how to release control, and how to trust. And so the best way to navigate things right now, I feel like, because it almost seems counter, but I feel like to keep going with that inner passion that you have, but not to take the actions of the swords. This is more of action, inner action within yourself. This is, I'm getting healing, working on you, focusing on you. I'm going to clarify as well, because wands, I mean, they could mean external action or going forth, but now is not a good time. And so I feel the best way to navigate this is to actually take action within yourself, inwardly, maybe in your home space. Take action towards projects to complete, towards healing, working on shadow work, inner child work. Because a lot of the energies we're feeling are very Taurian, but also very focused on your worth, your value. It's not a good time to control things, because that's when things go to shit. Okay. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands, please, on how we can best navigate this Mercury retrograde period. Ooh. Got the Magician. Yep. There's almost a semblance of releasing control, of being, I'm getting just being not complacent, but being accepting, that's the word. Radical acceptance of the situation. Because we all know what's coming. I feel like innately a lot of us know the changes that are happening, what's coming, what we need to work on, what we need to focus on. And this is going to be unique, actually. This is going to be very individual. It's literally, I heard, it's literally time to let the magic flow. Let it marinate, you know? And this is the weirdest type of example I'm going to give you. You know when you marinate tofu, turkey, chicken, whatever meat, protein, and some people marinate it in herbs, oil, vinegar, whatever, and it just absorbs the flavor. I'm getting the same energy here, allowing these Mercury retrograde energies to marinate within yourself, because they're going to illuminate things you need to know. It's not time, like these are the issues you're going to be facing. Some of you are going to be completely focusing on your practical reality and not listening to your inner guidance. But the best way to navigate this is actually on the contrary, on the opposite side of the coin. Follow your intuition and your inner guidance. Listen to yourself. There's a balance here. I'm going to pull one more card. How else can we best navigate Mercury retrograde? These are big cards. There we go. We got the Emperor. Of course, Aries had to come out like a boss. I feel like with certainty, Aries goes forward. Again, this is similar energy here, but I feel like this is going forward with you in silence. You see how this person, how the Emperor has the globe? It's like a sun. It's, for me, lighting the way, but it's your own internal compass lighting the way. It's listening to yourself. It's not about external action. This is all internal. Okay, we're gonna pull some Oracle and see what other messages, what else do we need to know for this Mercury retrograde period? What else do we need to know for this Mercury retrograde period? Nope. What else do we need to know for this Mercury retrograde period? Okay, we got 4 cards. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart. But again, because I know Virgo, 6th house, it's about service toward others and helping others, volunteering, giving your time. But I feel like this is more for you. Mercury retrograde, the energy is going inward. It's really about calling in that energy and focusing on you, being introspective and reflective. This is all about you. A time to give rather than take. But I feel like it's for you. Kind of like with the 6 of Cups that we had with how we can best learn some of these lessons we will experience during this retrograde period. Start giving to yourself more. Some of you, this is going to be a call for amped up self-care or establishing a self-care routine. In all areas. You can just Google self-care and there's going to be a lot of articles, but many of them talk about the different dimensions of self-care. Physical self-care, think of like moving your body, maybe sleeping, mental, psychological, emotional self-care, working on your inner healing, your work, therapy, counseling, meditating, financial self-care, making sure that your finances are in order. We also got expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. You all, we have a full moon lunar eclipse coming. I just heard like stop, pause, breathe. This is gonna be a major release for many of you. Huge release. I feel like the energies here are gonna be a bit more potent. Perhaps because it's Scorpio, a lot of things are just coming up. Things that you don't want to see or face. This is why it's a really great time to go inward. A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. There must be Aries here. Either I'm tapping into the Aries energy, or many of you that are watching are Aries, identify as Aries. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node, or any other placement you feel guided to watch this video for. Yep, look at this. We have a lot of Aries energy, and we have wands in every single, just tons of wands in this energy, fire energy. So there's a lot of release that's going to be happening. Major release. Many of you are taking drastic action to change your lives, or things are leaving your life. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Fire, you all. Whatever is going to happen, I feel like this is definitely going to bring in good. We don't always see it that way when something leaves our lives, especially if it wasn't within our control. We can easily shift into victim mode and be like, oh, this happened to me, and get really upset. And it's okay to be in that state, but not too long. Remember, things that happen to you, it's hard to see it at that moment as something positive, as good, because something better is coming in to take its place. Okay, we're gonna pull I think this is Starseed. This is Work Your Light, excuse me, Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle. Okay, we got Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? I mentioned that about self-care here. A lot of you, this is not just about boundaries, which is an element of self-care, but this is complete self-care, nurturing, mothering. Some of you have Cancer in your charts. I immediately always get Cancer because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. We get that divine feminine energy. Some of you are focused on reparenting yourself from a mother feminine perspective. Some of you may have mother wounds. We just had Mother's Day as well. And that brings up a lot. But this is about nurturing yourself. Mercury retrograde is a beautiful time to do that. Finally, I'm going to pull a final card. This is the Sacred Traveler. What final message do we need to know about navigating this time period? Anything else we need to know? A lot of self-care elements. You guys, this is a great time to set those boundaries and keep practicing them. Remember, it's not like a 180 where you're like, okay, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let people walk over me. It takes practice. You just keep on it. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Look at this. So much success. These changes that are coming up. Right now we're in like a pause, but this is, I feel like, what's going to help us. Focus on this. You see, I'm getting a lot of fire energy. I keep saying that. Aries energy. Use that momentum to start working on what really makes your heart sing, what really matters to you, what you value. Go after the job that you want. Start planning a job or a business that you want to create for yourself. Start thinking of different ways to make money. You want to go back into the dating scene? Do it. Work on yourself. Work on you. Go after that person that you have your eye on. Take that bold step. Expand your friendship circle. Do things out of your element. Go to a new hiking trail. Try a new hobby. Think of all these things to do once Mercury retrograde ends. Because Mercury retrograde, it's not exactly a good time to start anything new, especially relationships and businesses on that front. But it's a great time to start thinking about, okay, well, where am I at in my life? What do I need to leave behind? And where do I want to go? Last card. I felt really guided. I heard release, release. What do we need to release? Apart from people pleasing and boundaryless lives and not having self-care, I feel like there's a lot of things we also need to release. What do we need to release for this Mercury retrograde period? The Hermit. Ironic, because I'm touting, go inward, go inward. But I'm getting here, it's not releasing, not going into this energy, releasing the fight, the resistance. Some of you are resisting. Like you don't want to go inward. You don't want to go within yourself. But this is how you figure out what you need to heal, what needs to be worked on. You feel it. Some of you, I'm getting, are not happy right now with your lives. It could have something to do with wounds that you need to work on, especially with other people, with relationships, with your worth. So in terms of what to release, release resistance to hermiting, to going inward and looking in. Look at this. It's when you go inward, when you go towards the light, that you really illuminate and you see things. Things become clearer for you. It's almost like the eclipse energy. Things are going to illuminate for you. And we got, because this is happening in Scorpio, the new moon, even though this is about Mercury retrograde, I'm tapping into the energy for quite a few weeks. And we have the new moon coming, which is very much going to affect this time period. So a lot of inward, a lot of inner work, introspection and reflection. We're going to end this here. I hope this reading helps someone. I am wishing you all a peaceful, as much as possible, humorous Mercury in retrograde in Gemini for our mental landscape, and then in Taurus for our physical reality and stability. Humor helps and can go a long way, taking a deep breath and knowing this too shall pass. We are going to dive into each individual zodiac, so come join me. See you now. Hey my Leos, let's get started with your reading. I've already pre-shuffled and pre-selected the cards. Got your pile, what to know for Mercury retrograde and how to grow through this period. That is how to navigate it, specific to your sign. So, okay, let's see what we got. We got, for the tarot, we got 9 of Coins and King of Cups. So in terms of what to know, for 9 of Coins, I feel like at this point, many of you are definitely thinking about where to grow at this moment. And this retrograde is going to be the perfect time for you to start planning these. Not specifically take action yet, but to plan, to think of your goals, all the different ways of how you want to bring in abundance into your life. Because look at this. Look at the fruit of this person's labor. The grapes are at full, I was gonna say bloom, but they're not. I don't think they're flowers. They're ready to be harvested. We have coins. So a lot of things are coming to fruition. So I feel like many of you are at the precipice of seeing these things materialize or the seedlings grow. But there's some more action that needs to be taken, some more thoughts, plannings, reassessing. This is a perfect time. Get very clear on how you want to achieve this. Again, it doesn't mean you have to know all the steps. Simply clarify your goal. What is it? For example, maybe you want to save for a house and buy a new house in 2 years. Just an example. And you know, your first line of, your first next step would be to assess your finances, then to set a savings goal, and then to maybe start getting clear on what kind of house you want, etc. So this is a great time to start planning things. This definitely has to do with how you make money and your foundation and wealth, as well as abundance. That can mean many different things. I feel like many of you are definitely connecting to spirit guides at this moment. So be on the lookout for messages. Some of you may connect to birds. This is, to me, it looks like a parrot, but it could be a parakeet, a dove. Many of you are connecting with animals and are getting messages, or getting messages from your spiritual team, from your spirit guides, because I always think of white birds as a divine connection to the spiritual realm. In terms of what to grow this time, we have King of Cups, beautiful energy. And I should say coins, those are pentacles. That's earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And cups are water energy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So in terms of what to grow, this is about your fulfillment, your personal fulfillment. You sitting in your throne, and there's a big turtle underneath, which is beautiful. It has to do with your own sense of self, your own sense of worth, filling your own cup, your own sense of love, and you holding that stability for yourself. You see this, it looks like a staff, but it's holding up the, is that a clam? Clam open. And they're sitting there with this cup for themselves. And it's almost like they're looking down, wishing, looking straight ahead. We have additional oracle cards about the energies and things to know for this time. Last quarter moon in Gemini, of course, clear your mind. It's going to be really important for you, especially since you may want to take action and leap ahead. Especially with a lot of the energies around Aries and you being a fire sign, it's going to be pivotal for you to get very clear, to ground yourself, literally clear your mind. Some of you may have Gemini in your charts. Hopefully not Mercury, but if you do, it may be a bit more scrambled because of the retrograde. We also have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. You see how the King of Cups here, oh, hold on a sec, I can't get the card out. The King of Cups here is kind of, has their gaze, it looks almost straight ahead, but it's almost gaze kind of down. They're focused on themselves. And you see they're on this little shell, almost like their little sanctuary. That's exactly the energy to take in during this retrograde. Go inward, really focus on what it is that makes you happy. What will it take for you to reach this when you come out? Because this is the energy you're in and where you'd like to go. There's a lot of introspection here. We, the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. The Hathor was the goddess of fertility, of divine, the feminine love, the Egyptian goddess, I should say. So many of you are definitely tapped into self-care, like I said, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. Intuition, I mentioned it with this bird about what to know regarding Mercury retrograde. Some of you, I have kind of two lines here. Some of you are receiving intuitive messages, but you're denying them, you're blocking them, you're not listening to them, you're not paying attention to them, and others are tapped in. You're gonna get messages. Be open, and no matter how off, weird, whatever they may seem, take note of them, jot them down. Yeah, you guys are ready to birth something new. This definitely has to do with whatever this abundance is for you. But it's not the time right now. And for your spirit animal, we got cat, independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. A lot of white, we got white animals. The white birds, the white cats, and even, I know they're statues, but there's a semblance of spiritual connections. You're receiving a lot of guidance messages. This is why you're being called to go within for this retrograde period. This is a perfect time to really self-care and soothe. I hope this helped my Leos. We are going on to Aries. Okay, let's get the Aries. We got your deck here, Aries. Let's see what we got. What do you all need to know for Mercury retrograde? We got 4 of coins. This is also known as Pentacles, Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. A lot of focus on, I feel, your inner stability, your inner foundation, your inner world. I feel many of you are contemplating right now changes. Some of you are wondering whether you should continue with what you're doing right now. And I feel like for this retrograde period, it's a very, you see how she's contemplating, thinking? You have choices in your lap right now, literally. And this is a great time to reassess those, see where your heart truly wants to take you. But it's not time to move. Look at, they're sitting in a chair. It's time to remain a little bit patient. I know you want to move because we have Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Aries, but especially Mars, you want to charge forward. And Jupiter is just growth, expansion, a lot of different new ways of learning things. But this is definitely a time for you to go inward as well. I feel like this is hard for some of the fire signs. In terms of what to grow this time, 3 of coins. Interesting. You got 4 of coins and 3 of coins. More earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So some of you may have those elements in your chart, but you all are definitely, these go together. Sometimes, I mean, no matter the prompts, you all are definitely focused on your coins, on your stability, whatever that means for you, your wealth, your business, how you make money, your career, mission in that realm. Some of you are going to be meeting people, maybe from your past. These could be spiritual teachers or new people that come your way, which is, it's not usual for during a retrograde to get new people coming into your energies, but you may have people that give you ideas. And this isn't something that's meant to stay. These people aren't meant to stay in your life, but they give you ideas. They help you out in some way that's short term. But you could have others returning to you from the past that could help you along the way moving forward, but practice discernment. It's beautiful because there's a lot of teamwork here. I'm feeling an element of teamwork, of agreement, of working together. And so many of you are shifting from my Aries, from 1st house to perhaps 7th house energy. Many of you could have Libra in your chart, but I'm getting also Aquarius, working with others, focusing on more collective work, efforts, things like that. Some of you may be expanding what you do. You may be thinking of expanding or scaling something at this time. We got last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. Yeah, some of you are going to be letting something go at this time, which is really common with this energy. So some of you may be purging, maybe decluttering, cleaning things out, really reassessing what you're not going to bring with you in this next phase. Messenger, serious energy, bring harmony and balance. I just said something about Libra. Some of you definitely may have Libra in your chart. Again, these don't have zodiac signs. But I feel like in whatever goal this is that you want to, because there's something you're thinking about right now, you should know for this retrograde period and where you should grow. So this definitely involves working with others. And I feel like this is going to bring harmony and balance to this goal. You're going to need more than one person. So it's going to take going beyond that leap. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. Literally, look what we got about what to know for Mercury retrograde. This person is grounded in the chair, not moving. I feel like this is confirmation. Some of you may definitely need to ground yourself, especially if you have Gemini or Taurus. And for your spirit animal, we got Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So many of you are tapping into your intuition at this moment. Wow, just so much going within, which is very what I expected. My Aries, I hope this reading helped for this retrograde period. Sag. I should say Sagittarius. I call you all Sag. Let's go on to your reading. Okay. In terms of what you need to know about this retrograde, we have the best friends, which is also, this is the tarot for kids. So instead of the lovers, they have best friends. So it's a similar energy. But I feel like at this point, many of you, this pertains to self. But for some, I could say this is a time when people from your past are going to come back. They could literally be soulmates of all kinds. Friendships, people from your past at work, different work environments, exes, ex-partners of sorts. Use your discernment. But I especially sense that this is about you, what to know for this time. It's about becoming your own best friend, your own lover, your own, honing in on that sense of love. It's about spending time with yourself. And many of you are very spiritually guided at this time. You all know what you want. I'm definitely getting it's very much your energies, Sag, just not others' energies. But again, for some it could be. In terms of what to grow this time, we got 13, change. I almost get like a positive tower moment here. I don't even know if this deck, I haven't looked through all of the cards, if this is the tower moment. It looks so peaceful. Maybe this is after the tower hits, but change is definitely going to come, and this is the way you're going to grow. Something is going to change, has changed, or will change in your life. And again, life is all about change. That's the constant in life. That's how we grow. If things were the same, we literally wouldn't bloom, right? We wouldn't see these flowers. Imagine if it stayed the same forever. We wouldn't really know what it meant to sow the seeds, to plant them, to harvest them, to pluck them, or to cut them. And so there's a beautiful, I sense it's a peaceful, beautiful change on the horizon. A lot of duality here. Look, you see the two towers and the calming horse? And the two people here, that could be within yourself. There's a change, an inner transformation happening during this time, and you're going to grow through this. We got new moon in Cancer, relax. I'm getting total relaxation vibes. Look at the horse and the pace. They're not running. Horses are very calm, very nurturing. Some of you are really taking time out for yourself. I'm just getting a lot of nurturing with the flowers here. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. At this time, it's a great time to literally paint your own canvas. Plan that out, what it looks like for you going forward. This is all about your inner transformation. During this time, many of you are shifting within. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. You all are definitely getting inspiration at this time. Some of you are artists, creatives, musicians, painters, that kind of vibe, dancers. You all are very much tapped in and getting creative flows, creative ideas channeled to you at this moment. When you relax, actually, when you're in flow, that's actually when your creativity is at its height. So be open to that. Some of you literally need to find a way that you enjoy taking care of yourself. Maybe it's a bubble bath, maybe it's journaling, painting, literally, because you're going to be getting a lot of messages for your next step. Once the retrograde is over, dragonfly, magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. I can't make this up. I said we got transformation here and change. Look at this. Not make this up. There's a definite transformation happening. This retrograde period, you're going to come out, let's say 3 to 6 weeks, right? We just started it, so I would say in about a month, you're going to feel very different in your mental headspace. Some of you are definitely working on your inner work. I hope this helped, my Sagittarius. Let's move on to Taurus. Okay. What to know? We got 6 of Cups, water energy. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So immediately I sense right now, some of you are, okay, I'm getting several different things, and I know it's not for one person. This is definitely about filling up your own cups and offering that love to yourself. I'm feeling right now around this retrograde period, it's also about balancing your emotions, pouring into yourself and retracting from things that no longer serve you. But I also feel a sense, this must be the Venusian energy. And this is also a kid tarot deck. Again, I want to be clear, like the cards themselves don't indicate this, but intuitively I'm getting love around you. It doesn't come up often because I love focusing on your path, but this is part of your path for many. You're getting there's a partnership coming. It does not have to be platonic, any gender, any sex. I'm just reading for energies right now. There's a partnership here that is coming into fruition, that exists already, that you know this person, or they're on their way. They may return. They may be someone you knew in the past, But I'm not getting it's someone that you had a deep connection with. I'm getting it's someone that you knew in passing, like through acquaintances, or through friends maybe as an acquaintance, or through in that type of energy. I feel like someone's going to help you. That's the energy I'm getting. For what you need to grow this time, we got Queen of Coins, Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So I feel like many of you are focused on your stability at this time, thinking about your next steps. And definitely this is going to involve this person. There's like a partnership that's related to your abundance, what it is that you want to pursue. It could be in career, in finances, in love, in just friendships, whatever it is. I feel like this is going to be key to the abundance that's blooming around you. We got first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. Some of you may have insecurities about this, or you're feeling it at this moment, or feeling anxious, because look at this person. They're offering them flowers, which is such a sweet gesture, right? And this person's like, huh? Almost like smiling. They're blushing too. Well, both of them are, but some of you may be suspicious of this person coming in. And it's bringing up insecurities around you, especially if it's someone from the past or someone you knew through someone. Maybe that person that you knew them through was not someone that you are friends with now or connected. But there's something related to this that's coming up for you to work on at this time. We got empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. This is a great time to focus on energy management and integrity. Call back your power, take care of your own energy, release what doesn't serve you, what no longer brings you joy and happiness. You're going to need it for this next chapter, literally. We got Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. There's a balance. There's like partnerships here. I feel like many of you are kind of preparing your foundation for this, because this is where ultimately you want to grow at this time, but it's in the process. Loyalty, safety, trust. This speaks to me of Taurus energy. Star Brothers. Again, this potential partnership could be like, I mean, I don't take it literally. Like, it could be your brother that's coming through, or a sibling, but it's when I get brothers, there's just like soul ties, soulmates. That's what I'm feeling. We got Deer. Love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. It screams Taurus. But there's something here with the partnership. It could develop into love. It could be about love, but there's someone coming in that's going to help with this goal. Something to be aware of. So many of you may be feeling that insecurity regarding how you relate to others. Wow. I hope this helped my Tauruses. Let's move on to Virgo. We got Virgo. Okay, so in terms of what to know for Mercury retrograde, we got balance. We got 14, which reduces to a 5. 5 is all about change. So there's been some changes around you that are happening right now, things that are a little bit unstable. Maybe you're experiencing instability. I'm getting quick succession of changes, like happening fast, or things that are about to change and you know of them, or you just feel them. Some of you may be feeling anxiety at this time, or things you know you have to change. And you're being called to find some type of balance within. But I also feel like this has to do with finding balance in general. Some of you have been overdoing it and letting your energies leak in a one-sided way. Perhaps you are going to school and spending most of your time on school or on work, and you don't have enough time for self. Remember, there's like an element to of reciprocity around you. This is an amazing time to get clear on how you can bring that back into your life, this Mercury retrograde. In terms of what to grow this time, we got the Star, Aquarius energy. Interesting, air energy, Libra and Aquarius. Some of you may have that in your chart. And we get 17, which is 8. That's about abundance. It's also about hope, healing. optimism. I feel like at this time, some of you could be working on your own healing journey, and you're going to have things come up for you, especially since we have Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn, your fellow earth sign, coming up in the areas of work and how you view yourself. For many of you, this definitely has to do about work. So many of you are focused on either moving on from this job or planning your next steps, your next seeds. Like you want to reach bigger, go beyond where you are at now. Some of you, this means expansion, but it's not the time yet. You're kind of, I'm getting a laying low energy before you make that leap. But there's a lot of hoping, dreaming here. This is a beautiful time to, again, get clear on your dreams and what that looks like for you. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. I just said that and then I see this card. So Aquarius energy again. Definitely about your, look at the stars here. A lot of you know what you want, and you got to get really clear on that in order to continue making progress towards that. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. For some of you, your priorities, what you really want, may get in the way of what others want for you or what you feel society wants for you. So this is about tapping back into your true authentic self. Perhaps balancing that within yourself. There's an element of here of working for you, because look at all this balancing energy here. We got balance. We got balance. Portal, doors are opening, you decide. Rewards, wild card. I feel like when Mercury retrograde ends in early June, and especially with the energies of Jupiter in Aries, it's going to push that momentum forward for you to make that leap. Not necessarily a big leap, but to start taking those steps forward towards what you want. Because the doors are getting ready, like the energy is getting primed. There's something that you have to put into balance within your life. Finally, we have Unicorn. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. There's twos here too. Just a semblance of balance and inner transformation and change that's happening for you all. I hope this reading has helped, my Virgos. We are going on to Capricorn. These are really reflective, beautiful energies I'm feeling for everyone. Okay. Ready? In terms of what to know this time, we got 8. Strength. This is Leo energy. So some of you may have that in your chart. My caps. I feel like many of you have had to, this is literal strength, have had to muster up strength in order to balance many of the things you're going through, and have had to tap into this energy because of the many changes around you, but also I'm getting like healing. Some of you may have gone through something that required you to pick yourself back up. Some of you are going to need this inner strength for this period because of what's going to happen. I'm feeling strongly everyone should do this, but for Caps, check out where the retrograde is happening in your house, in Gemini and then in Taurus. And then we also have the lunar eclipse coming this Sunday, so check where Scorpio too. I feel like that's going to give you some insight about this as well, the energies. In terms of what to grow at this time during the retrograde period, we have the Magician. I love this energy. I feel like anything is possible with this energy. And I feel like many of you, this is tied to this as well. Many of you are at a time of revamping your life, reimagining what it'll look like, reestablishing it in new ways. Some of you have experienced a lot of changes, moves, new jobs, family shifts, different locations, just a lot of different new foundations being established and layered. And so I feel like the world literally is your oyster, even though we don't see an oyster here. A lot of you are really seriously planning. Some of you, I mean, it comes with the nature of Mercury retrograde when you go introspectively within, but some of you may have Virgo in your chart. We also get balance here with the infinity. There's like new starts. Number one, new beginnings here are coming. Get ready. Last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. I kid you not. I just said that about Virgo. I'm just feeling like you're planning the details, like a lot of you know what you want. This is a whole new slate for you all. I feel like the retrograde is going to help you catch up, get your shit in order, and to really help you focus on that next step. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission activation. Some of you identify as starseeds and are getting messages at this moment. There's a lot of, I mean, I know the magician doesn't have to be magic, but there's a lot of just, I'm getting free energy, like freedom. Some of you may identify with the starseed civilizations that are like that. I don't know all of them. There's just a semblance of freedom, movement, travel. Some of you may have I'm getting ninth house energy. The seeds of Mintaka. This may be the starseed that is pertinent to you all. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Y'all are getting a lot of messages through your dream state, astral travel, even downloads, so different forms of clairs. I'm getting clairvoyance the most. Like a knowing of sorts of where to go. And for your spirit animal, we have grizzly bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. It's amazing how strength can come in different forms. Whatever you've gone through, I feel like that's shifting. It's like a clean slate has happened for you all. And now it's time to get clear on the smaller things of your goals, of what you want to do next. I hope this helped. My Capricorns, we are on to Libra. Okay. Okay, my Libras, what to know. We got 4, the Emperor. This is Aries energy, of course. Our polar sign has to come into the picture here. So we have a lot of Aries energy around you. Some of you may have Aries in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, North Node, whatever placement you feel guided to look at. But I feel like at this moment, many of you are going within. I always get that with this card. But I feel like many of you are being guided by your intuition. You know what direction you're going forward to, no matter what obstacles are in your way. And I feel like with Mercury coming, it's going to bring some communication obstacles for you all, but for everyone in general. Many of you are tapped into yourself. Literally, I'm getting the first house energy or focused on you. And that's the way to go. I feel like the retrograde, not Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde is the perfect time to go inward and to focus that energy on ourselves. Especially with all the shit happening with the miscommunications and delays and obstacles and tech issues and whatnot. It can be a hassle. We got the 6 of Swords of what to grow this time. So swords are air energy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And so I feel like some of you are getting away from situations that have caused you just sadness, mental harm, mental anguish. You're growing on healing these things. Some of them, this could be childhood wounds. I just got that with the little doggy and the way this person is sitting. I don't know if this is one cape, if these are 2 people. This looks like a parent with a little child in the front, or it could be just one with the cape kind of folded weird, but I'm getting inner child. Some of you are working on your inner child at this time. A lot of childhood wounds are coming up for the retrograde. Some of you may be having people from your past, maybe family, come back into your lives, different situations. But a lot of you are working on cleaning this out. There's a lot of healing elements I'm getting. We got last quarter moon of Taurus. Be proud of yourself. feel like a lot of you have made changes for yourself, have gotten clear on your priorities and your goals and what matters to you. And so this is a universal acknowledgement, the universe's acknowledgement of being proud of you. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. I just said some people may be coming back from your past. They may be karmic relationships. You're healing, you're bringing to a close, because in Mercury, during these times, people from our past come back. And it's up to you to be very discerning. You need to use your intuition and guidance, because not everyone is meant to stay. And the universe is testing you. Perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Yeah, definitely a lot of you are gaining perspective. I feel like a lot of you are moving away from others, from what others put onto you and from what you want. Finally, we get the moose as your spirit animal. Wisdom, let your head and mind reach to the stars. Yet keep your feet grounded on earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Some of you may have Sagittarius in your chart, but I feel like this goes with the energy of what to know around you right now. You all are looking within. You see the sun. I feel like many of you are perfectly content going inward at this time, reflecting, just taking care of your emotional, mental, physical state, like mind, body, soul. You all have that inner knowing about you. You're healing. I'm getting a lot of healing energy. I hope this helped my Libras. Let's go on to Gemini. Okay. We got the rules, 5. I'm not sure which one this refers to, but I'm definitely getting king energy, emperor energy. It looks like a sword. This could be a air energy, but regardless, I'm feeling like right now, many of you are standing in your own personal power, but at the same time, I'm getting a lot of around you for this retrograde period. A lot of you have called back your power. There's a semblance of just isolation. And we see people here at the bottom. I feel like many of you are definitely rooted in yourself right now, focused on your own protection, self-preservation, security, stability, but it's more of like a caring, nurturing, self-care vibe of wanting to take care of yourself. This is the energy to know around you for this period. A lot of self-care energy. 5 of Cups we have. Oh, I can't lift these up. Yeah, this is how you can grow this time. This is about not having enough for yourself. Cups are water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I feel like we got this before. I've tapped into your energies in the last several readings, and it's about pouring for yourself, pouring love for you, focusing on you, putting that energy on you. Many of you have given away your cups, your energy to others. Because I get immediately with this robe, protection, cloak. Some of you are done. Literally crossing another bridge, taking your 2 cups, and you're like, I'm out of here. And it's interesting because we have 5 of Cups here. We have 5 and we have 5. So many of you have recently undergone major life changes. I'm just getting, even though this is these are Arcana cards, it's not a major Arcana. This could be, I'm not sure what it is in this deck. I'm definitely feeling major changes have occurred within you, but also around you in your life. And Mercury retrograde, many of you are taking the time to heal and to nurture yourself. New moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. Confirmation. Fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. This looks like a person holding another person, like taking care of them. You see them? Almost like a baptismal kind of stance when you hold someone and put them down, like put them in liquid and water. But I feel like that's you. Many of you are nurturing yourself at this time. This is the energy to actually focus on self-care, self-nurturance. We got loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density addiction, let God in. This also calls for releasing control. Release control. I'm getting that loudly. Something that you can do, and this is an amazing time during this retrograde period, is just to go with the flow as much as possible, because you have water energy with the Five of Cups and these two cards. Even though they don't have zodiac signs attached to them or elements, I intuitively feel water, even though they're falling. There's a lot of letting go, you know, let it go, let it flow. And that's hard, but the more you practice it, the more it becomes easier. And for your spirit animal, we got peacock vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. I feel like good things are coming. A lot of beauty is surrounding you and a lot of things are coming. You have to take care of yourself at this time. You have to pour into yourself because that's what comes out in the world. Thank you, my Aquariuses. We are on, excuse me, my Geminis. I think I said Aquarius. Some of you may have Aquarius in your chart, but we are going on to Gemini. Excuse me, Aquarius. I'm blaming Mercury Retrograde. Totally. I'm reading it wrong and trying to put timestamps here. Okay, so what to know for Mercury Retrograde? Right now we have the Seven of Swords. That's air energy. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So right now I feel like many of you during this retrograde are definitely going into like a seclusion, hermit type stage, and you're leaving behind things that no longer serve you. Some of you have been for the longest time carrying shit that does not serve you, and it's being released right now. Either you're doing it or the retrograde is stepping in and things are going to change. There's a semblance of movement, of change coming. We got for how you can grow this time, Five of Wands, that's fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So definitely, I feel like many of you have entered or experienced recently a time of conflict, turmoil, just a lot of, it could be inner or outer chaos, but different semblances of instability. And I feel like you're growing within, focusing on yourself, on boundaries, on what really matters to you. Because I just sense tiredness. I sense like enough, no more. Some of you are breaking patterns, habits that you've done for so long. A lot of you have retreated and are going inward. We got first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. For some of you, this retrograde period is a time to heal your heart. This may have involved other people, relationships, anything that could cause potential heartbreak. It doesn't have to be romantic. We got star family. You're part of a team of souls calling for support. This almost looks like a peacock energy too. You may want to see Gemini's reading. And we got deep cellular healing. Taurus energy, physical and emotional healing. Yeah, there's a lot of healing heart energy. A lot of you have gone through some type of breakup, separation. That could also mean with a job, with an environment, with a move. A lot of healing at this moment for you. This Mercury retrograde is going to be a good time to go within. Literally, this is the message I'm getting for everyone. But especially for you, you have a lot of cards and you're not alone. Because I sense here, many of you, whoever you were around, there was some type of chaos, but this is something to grow with. What did you learn from this situation? I feel like it has to do with your boundaries. We got elephant here. Greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. I feel like this is what's coming for you. Take this time to heal your heart, to heal yourself. I feel I have to say this to you all, Aquarius. I got that. But this is for anyone that's watching that's not an Aquarius that felt compelled to see this. This is the moment to heal yourself, to work on your heart space, self-love. You see, A lot of feminine energy. Some of you may have mother wounds. But look at all this energy of healing. And you have support. Jupiter, you were ruled not by Jupiter, but Uranus. I don't know why I said Jupiter. Some of you may have Sagittarius in your chart or have Jupiter may be prominent in some way, but Uranus is going into Taurus. Remember, you have people, and there's people here. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this. There's literal people here in these little pod things. You're calling in your soul people. They're coming for you to help you at this time. You're going to have a lot of people, I feel like, coming back from the past, but also people that once the retrograde ends, it's going to like open up a portal of sorts. I hope this helped my Aquariuses. Let's move on finally to the water signs, Cancer. Okay. Let's see. We got what you need to know for Mercury retrograde at this time. We got the Chariot. A lot of changes. New beginnings, I'm sensing. A lot of you are ready to take off. I have this energy of fresh starts for you all. A lot of fulfillment, balance, like full circle. For many of you, this is a new cycle. So I feel like Mercury retrograde, it's going to be the time to get your ducks in a row, literally. Sphinxes in a row. Some of you may be planning a trip to Egypt, wherever, or any society, any country, any culture that has pyramids, that has ancient archaeological sites. But there's a semblance of taking control of your life. In terms of how you can grow, we have Page of Coins. So it's taking that first step forward after this change. This is Pentacle energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like many of you are focused on you. But this is a new area. There's like a change, something different in your life that's happening. You all are thinking of new ways of doing things that you've usually done. I'm getting solar plexus energy. Many of you have or will, or are working on your own self-confidence issues, trust, courage. You're going to be taking a leap towards something that's new. We have new moon in Gemini, think it through. Yeah. So whatever it is that you are going for, this definitely has to do, I feel like, with something, it's a goal for sure. I'm getting home. I got animals for some, dogs. Family expansion. Whatever the coins mean to you, abundance can mean something very different. But it's also your happiness. Like you're only looking at it. So I feel like for you, many of you are going to be focused on this journey within yourself, for yourself. And you're taking this time. This is a good time during the retrograde period to think through these things, through these new elements, to reassess what you need to change. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Look at this. You all are literally paving a new path with the Chariot. This retrograde, I feel it's going to help you jumpstart something new. You're not starting it right now, but when the retrograde ends, the energies around you are going to be supportive. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Yeah, this seems different. Let yourself be seen. Many of you have dimmed your own lights or haven't really stepped into your power, into what really calls to you. And this time period is going to be a very reflective time to think about what really makes those peonies sprout, shine. Because look, they're big. Peonies are huge flowers. They're not little diminutive ones. They want to be seen. And I get that too with the Chariot energy. You're all ready to go. Finally, we have Polar Bear as your spirit animal. Mystic, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Wow, they're speaking to Cancers. This is totally you, Cancers. Some of you are definitely stepping into your power. Some of you may identify as mystics, shamans, healers. Some of you may work in healing capacities. This was really, I got such a peaceful vibe from you all. Okay, we are moving on now to Pisces. Okay. So in terms of what to know, we got the Eight of Coins. This is Pentacle energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like a lot of you are at this moment working very hard at establishing your own stability, your own foundation. I feel like there will be some hiccups there, and it's going to cause you to reassess. Be careful of overworking too hard, I heard. Be careful of burnout. Putting in more does not necessarily yield more. So remember that. It's not always in that balanced way. Definitely you all are very much focused on things that bring you happiness, abundance, stability. Make sure to rest. I'm getting such a determined attitude here. Okay, Pisces. What you need to grow at this time. Knight of Cups. This is water energy. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So many of you, I feel like, want to head towards something. It's a little bit different. Many of you have gotten clear on your path. And it's like you're pouring your cup for it to be filled. But I feel like it's not completely there. I feel like this time period, you have to really think about if this is the avenue you want to move toward for this fulfillment. Because there's a semblance of uncertainty I'm feeling with this. Some of you are deciding between leaving a job, leaving a relationship, I'm getting to. There's about something leaving to start something new. That's the energy I get. We got full moon in Leo, go wild. Some of you may actually want to take this leap forward. Even though we have Knight of Cups here, some of you may generally want to make this decision, but I caution you about making any major life-changing decisions during the retrograde. We got the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. I'm feeling like many of you have to go in sync with yourself and your intuition. And we got a new earth that's happening. Keep holding the vision. Yeah, I got a newness with this card. I got like a new path. There's an element of wanting to go all in at this time, but don't make any rash decisions with this energy that we're in. You're going to receive your next, I'm feeling strongly, you're going to receive your next steps during the retrograde process. Like it's going to be illuminated to you. And we got Raccoon, Inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. We see raccoons here and butterfly. Yeah, definitely you all during this time have an inkling. You want to move forward in something. I feel this energy within you, and it's something new and different, but you have to take a pause and stop because this definitely concerns. This is your stability, your foundation, your wealth, your money, your career of sorts. Don't make rash decisions during this time. It's important to go within and not just tap into your intuition, but not to move too quickly. Okay, and finally we have my Scorpios. Let's see what you have. Wow. So in terms of what to know right now for this retrograde, we got 10 of Cups. I'm feeling like this is either the energy that you're in at this moment, your things are starting to come together for you. You're really excited. A lot of you, I'm getting plans, goals, life, zest, intentionality. but I feel like many of you know where you want to go. And this is an amazing framework to have to take with you forward, because it's like you have a plan, but it's not time to act yet. And we got for how to grow with this energy, and how to grow during this time, 10 of Coins, Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So there's a semblance here of being with others and learning from others at this time, but it's also very much about reflective, because you see this older gentleman with the dog. It's like he's looking at forlorn, like with nostalgia, as this trio leaves, almost like they came for a visit and then they left. And so I feel like during this time you're going to be almost like looking over your life, rehashing your life, but for reflection and for what you can take, what you've learned, to carry forth into the next phase of your life. There's a lot of reflection going on for you right now, but it's going to serve you. It's not to get stuck in the trauma in the past and things that hurt you or cause pain. It's to simply alert you to, what did I learn and what can I bring with me? It's almost like a final goodbye, because you see this arch. Excuse me, I see this arch. The past stays there, but you're moving forward. And this, I feel like this is the energy around you, whether it's in your thought patterns, what you're manifesting, what's to come. I just feel like many of you know exactly what you want and where you're headed for. And we got 1010. Look up 1010. It could be an angel number for you, but 10 signifies completion. We got new moon in Taurus, know your worth. Definitely taps into Tauran energy here, but many of you have gotten very clear about your priorities, your values, your worth, and what you want. You're no longer playing small. And I feel like this retrograde, it's going to help you. There's a lot of inner work, inner self-care, and self-love that's coming up. Those are the themes I'm intuitively getting. Is it Hireth? Longing for home, homesick for the stars. Some of you identify as starseeds. You're trying to make a place in this world, in this incarnation, in Earth, as a home. Even within yourself, look at this. There's elements of home here too. Home. And we have like a semblance of leaving home. Some of you may at this time be thinking of leaving home. This is something you're maybe contemplating for the next several weeks or months, about whether to move out, leave home, change locations. There's a semblance of changing places. Many of you are trying to reconnect to what home means to you. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Thank you. I feel like this is support for the retrograde. It's definitely not time to make any rash decisions, but to think things through, to let things marinate, to use this time to illuminate, because we do have the lunar eclipse happening in your sign of Scorpio, and I feel like that's going to bring not just a lot of emotional release and general release of things that are no longer coming with you in this area of growth where you're going towards, which I feel is really joyful, really happy, things you've always wanted. I'm getting a lot of heart space energy. Wait, I have a feeling like this fire energy, all this Aries energy is making everyone want to take these leaps of faith like right now. And I'm like, no, we just started Mercury Retrograde. We got dog as the spirit animal. Friend, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. I also see a wolf here. I feel like many of you are now at this point in your life where you yourself are your own friend, your own best friend, which is huge because so many people look outside of themselves. I hope these messages helped, and I'm wishing you a great Mercury retrograde and a peaceful one as much as possible. Take care.